Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Life happens. Some tragic family events have happened. I've started school. I've also let the idea of having to edit my videos delay me putting out content, which I'm not going to allow anymore. I'm just going to film one shot, post the video, and be authentically me. I figured I don't need gimmicks, I don't need editing to be able to push the information out there, which I feel like is the most important part. So let's go. I was thinking, during my hiatus here, that I cannot tell people to do certain things without them wanting to change by themselves, right? When someone wants to change, that's a process. You have to start keeping the promises you've made. You got to start creating these habits that you haven't had before. So asking somebody else to change is, twice as hard. So I want to challenge you guys, because I mentioned before, I want to cultivate strong, independent, confident women, right? That are healthy, because that's part of, being able to defend yourself. It's part of self-defense. If you're a mom, you got to be in shape, to be able to take care of your kids, be healthy for them, be able to protect them if you need to, but also being able to be confident, just building confidence, starting a defense, self-defense. So all these things, we're laying down little bricks, right? And if you're there already, you're healthy, you're working out, you're taking a self-defense class, that's awesome, but we're not all there. It's taken me a long time to get to where I am, to be who I am as a person. I'm turning 39 years, 39 years old this year, and it's taking me, I've laid down bricks, been laying down bricks for years to be who I am. And that is a confident person who's healthy for her family and her kids, who's able to defend herself if the time needs, who's able to, verbalize what she means and what she's going to do. So I am a very confident person. And how did I become that? That's what I want to challenge you guys to do. I think I am successful and I'm able to be who I am because of the things, the habits, the weekly, daily rituals that I have. For instance, I meal prep every week, right? So I could have a good week, so I could be healthy, so I could have a meal when I wake up after my workouts, so I can have a meal when I get home. I get up every day at 4:30 before school, so I can get a workout in. I'm keeping promises to myself. But I want to challenge you guys to start laying down these little bricks, these habits that are going to set you up for success, which is, meal prepping, keeping the promises you made to yourself that you're going to start eating healthy, that you're going to start working out, trying out a new class, just getting out of your comfort zone. But also I want to talk about, I'm always going to add the safety and self-defense aspect into this, and I want to challenge you guys to start being more observant as well. And what I mean by this is start paying attention to what people do rather than what they're saying. All is very important, but what I mean is when you're talking to somebody, take a moment, make eye contact, but then look at what their hands are doing. What are their feet doing? What are they showing you? Are they showing confidence? Are their arms crossed? Start paying attention to these things, because all these things are important. What used to help me as a law enforcement officer was that I was very observant, right? We were taught that you don't only pay attention to what people are saying, but you're also watching their hands, because that's what's going to hurt you. And a lot of the times people are doing normal things, right? When you're we used to talk to criminals, we used to talk to normal citizens. And a lot of times what you're going to see is very normal, right? Their hands are in front of them, their hands are in their pockets, their hands are, moving as they're talking. But when someone is doing something that's not ordinary or out of the ordinary, like having one hand behind their back, you're going to be able to pick up on that, because it's not something that's normal. And that's what I was trained really well to do, and I still continue to employ in my daily life, is that I'm very good at seeing things that are not ordinary. So if I'm talking to somebody, I'm always looking at their hands, because that's just something that I'm used to doing now. But if one day somebody's doing something weird with their hand, I'm going to be like, what are you doing? What's in your other hand, So I want you guys to start doing these things, because this is very important. In your day-to-day life, you're going to see normal things. But let's say the one day that you're at the store, I mean, people do very weird things, so you never know. You could be at the store, you could be at a mall, you could be at your gym, and someone is hiding a hand or has something in their hand. You're going to be able to notice it, and you're going to be able to pick up on that. So start building these like little habits, right? So start being more observant, start paying attention to your surroundings, start paying attention to what people are doing when they're speaking to you, and all these things are going to help you in the long run to pick up on things when they're not right. And law enforcement officers have very good discernment as to when people are lying, when people are telling the truth, because we deal with so many people, so many contacts daily. Another thought I had was, why am I so comfortable, touching people? Why am I so comfortable, like, imposing my will on people during jiu-jitsu? And it's because when I was younger, I used to wrestle a lot with my friends. So I'm very comfortable with, like, human contact. And if you're not comfortable with that, you need to start, getting comfortable with that. Because the day you have to defend yourself or your children or your child, whoever, you're going to have to put your hands on somebody. And you have to be comfortable with that when the time comes. So if you're not, go to a self-defense class, take a self-defense class, watch a YouTube video, practice it on your husband. Like, start getting comfortable putting your hands on people, because one day you may have to use this. And when I tell you guys that I want you guys to be able to defend yourself, this is not because I think something bad's going to happen, but no one is exempt from anything. And people always think, that's not going to be me, that's not going to be me, but you never know. And it's better to be prepared for something and have it not happen than have it happen and you not be prepared. It's like that saying, right? It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. That quote to me is just so impactful, because it's so true. It's better to be ready than not be ready, right? And like I said before, you don't have to live your life in a paranoid state. I don't, but I'm also, aware of my surroundings, aware of what's going on, because it's for my own protection. I don't want to be a victim, and I don't want you guys to be victimized. I don't want you guys to be victimized. So this is why I'm sharing these things, and why I think this content is so important. If you don't have these good habits, start building them. And I am going to push you to be fit. I am going to push you to want to be healthy, because this is what's going to help you. Like, I always knew that if somebody came after me, my dog, my kids, I was going to be able to run after them. And they'd probably get tired before I do. And that's what you want. You want to be able to outrun, outpace somebody, outsmart them. Like, this is what you want to do. And I'm going to record another video and share a really cool story with you guys about how I was able to essentially protect my home and my kids from some not so great people. And I will record another video for that, because it might be a little long. But yes, I challenge you guys the point of this video is to start doing things you don't want to do. That's going to help you in the long run. That's going to help you be a more organized, confident, competent person. I'll catch you guys on the next video.